Hi, it's Rishi Kavi Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology, here to give the astrological forecast for Monday, February 2nd, 2026. Well, you know what day this is, don't you? Good morning, campers. It's Groundhog Day. Yes, it is, also known as Imbolc, which is the midway point between the previous solstice, in this case the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere, and the spring equinox, also in the northern hemisphere, and vice versa in the southern hemisphere, but it is the midway point, and that means it is one of the turnings of the year, and a very important day because energies are in balance here today, or we would like them to be in any case, and so we should seek them to be. Now we have five planets in unconventional, often visionary, sometimes just a little strange and weird, but certainly rebellious and individualistic. The air sign of Aquarius. The sun is one of them. Today the sun is at 13, moving to 14 degrees of Aquarius, and the moon is moving through the latter degrees of grand and glorious fire sign Leo. So we're here in the gold as we always are when the moon is in Leo. And it's a day of some twists and turns. The moon makes an opposition to Mercury, the planet of communication, first thing in the morning, which says we're just going to have to kind of watch our words and make sure we don't misspeak or misthink first thing. Moon is at 21 degrees, Mercury is at 21 degrees of Aquarius, 5:55 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 1:55 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. A couple of hours later, the moon at 22 degrees of Leo makes a harmonious flowing trine to Chiron, called the wounded healer, at 22 degrees of Aries. This is good. This says a good morning for practicing holistic things and for resolving old issues. 7:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is when that's exact. 10:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 3:15 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Number of hours go by, about 7 hours before the major aspect of the day occurs, and that is the moon at 27 degrees of Leo in a hard 90-degree square, a tough angle to Uranus, the planet of sudden change and often chaos, freedom from the known, at 27 degrees of Taurus. This could be tough, this could be accident prone, this could be anything can happen sort of energy, so you want to be very careful over these few hours in the afternoon here in the United States and late at night elsewhere. 2:55 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is when it's exact. 5:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10:55 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Mercury, which was, as we mentioned, is a planet of communication, is at 22 degrees of Aquarius, and then in the afternoon makes a harmonious flowing sextile to Chiron, the wounded healer, at 22 of Aries. This is good. This is another reason to resolve issues today if you can. 4:33 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 12:33 p.m. a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Late in the afternoon into the evening, the moon makes an awkward inconjunct, the 150-degree adapt, adjust, accommodate angle to Saturn, the planet of structure and hard knocks. Not a great energy. Moon is at 28 degrees of Leo. Saturn's at 28 of Pisces. Easy does it. 5:20 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 1:20 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Then the moon does move in the evening into the detail-oriented and practical earth sign of Virgo. So we've had enough of the ego. Now we're getting down to practical matters over the next couple of days. 7:21 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is when it enters Virgo. 10:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 3:21 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Last aspect that the moon makes almost immediately after that from 0 of Virgo is an awkward inconjunct, another one, adaptation angle to Neptune, the planet of dreams and visions, which of course has just entered 0 degrees of Aries. 7:42 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 3:42 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Lots of twists and turns today. Easy does it. Pay attention. I'm Rishi Kavi Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology. Hey, it's still early 2026. How about a reading with me to see what's coming up for you? You can book it on my website, starpresence.net. Remember, from the very moment that you're born, you've got star presence. Enjoy today, no matter what.